So we're gonna find out if you or me have phobias. We're gonna discuss about phobias in depth with psychologist Liza Djaprie. Hello, Liza.
Hello.
All right, it's good to see.
Hi.
It's good to see you again. So, first up, in the simple terms of a psychologist, what is a phobia?
Actually, already explained clearly in the video. Phobia is a type of anxiety disorder. Several types of anxiety disorders, such as panic attack, generalized anxiety disorder, and phobia is one of the anxiety disorder. It causes the person to experience this overwhelming fear of a situation thing that actually has no danger or very little. Even if the thing or the situation has posed a danger, actually the person response is out of proportion.
Wow, that
Okay.
sounds very dangerous to the person.
I know. Let's into it. Right. Now, Melissa, as we all know that obviously, anyone may develop, certain phobias, right? Now, what are the most common phobias amongst people that you've noticed?
Actually, it might be a social phobia, like fear of president, fear coming into the public places, and then also this agoraphobia, which they fear of coming into crowded social places. There would be common phobias that experienced by most people.
Oh, so okay? There must be some phobias that are universal, right? But there's also maybe culture-specific phobias. And for us in Indonesia, for Indonesians, what are the most common phobias out there that is culture or nation-specific?
Nation specific actually is the same. It might be some kind of like acrophobia, hate, the fear of, and then aerophobia, the fear of flying on the airplane, and then there is also the one that mentioned in the video, arachnophobia, fear of insects such as spider, such as bee, something like that. It is very common actually, and for nation Indonesian, I think it's just the same.
Okay.
Right,
So it's usually it's quite universal, right?
right.
Yes,
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
very
phobia is very universal.
right,
Okay.
right. That is very interesting. So, Melissa, when does a normal fear become a phobia? Like I can say, I'm afraid of a cockroach, for example. Is that a phobia
Yes.
already? How does it differ?
Okay, it will be diagnosed as phobia already if your life already impaired or it cause harm into your life, such this physical disturbances such as sweating, palm sweating, and then heart beating so fast, dreadful feeling that makes you go out and then don't want even to go to seeking help. If it's already impair your life and your social being in general, then you need to seek help because it's already a phobia and not just a simple fear. Because actually everyone experience fear, everyone
Right,
experience this anxiety in a certain level, of
right.
course, true. But when it already caused, if it already impaired your life, then probably you already have a phobia.
All right. So, Melissa, does phobia develop step by step, or is it something you brought on from your kid? How fast does it develop, a phobia?
Well, actually, it depends. There are person who develop it since young age, but there are also people who develop it when they are already get older, such as maybe they are experiencing this some kind of distressing event like drowning or confined to very small places. But of course, there are some people who develop it since young age because they are exposed to close relative with anxiety disorder as well. So they learn unconsciously, social learning, that this is how they respond to the world by being anxious.
Okay, okay. Now we've heard a lot that when we talk to our friends, maybe they would say, it's easy for them to say, I'm phobia, I'm afraid of this one, this, yeah, my phobia is this, right? But the question is there any particular treatment or a medication to say, or therapy that people with phobias should have already? And what is the line for that person to be treated?
Yeah, as I said before, if it's already impaired his or her life, and then it's also threatening him, her, and then there is also the certain condition that makes him already dysfunction, then perhaps he needs. And what kind of treatment can a patient of phobia get? It can be range from relaxation therapy, so they are taught how to relax, how to take a break from their own fear. And then there's also this visualization technique in which the person is trained to having this visualization how they will cope when the object or the situation that is dreadful to them exists. And then also this cognitive behavior therapy. And of course, if it's already disturbed the life in general, they need medication.
Right.
If they already cannot sleep for days, if they cannot eat for days, then perhaps
So, yeah.
medication is needed as well.
So obviously the medication for youngsters, for the little ones, and also the adults are specifically different, because I still can remember that I have a cousin which is still small, and obviously she will say that I'm afraid of so to speak, like cockroaches maybe, right? So I'm afraid of cockroaches. So I don't know whether that would actually indicate that she or he have this kind of phobia in such a young age. I was like thinking, I was always saying that, okay, don't be scared, just relax a little bit. But sometimes it doesn't work, because the surroundings within her will actually like, okay, if you don't do this, the cockroach might actually bite you or get to you. So, those kind of myths actually makes that little girl scared even more. And your thoughts on that, please?
Yeah, really. As I said before, there is this social learning that happens since young age. How the surrounding, the environment, the caretaker responds to a certain situation, to certain object, to a certain people, makes the kids learn how to respond as well. If the environment, the caretaker keeps threatening them in such a way, as you said before, they might learn how to develop phobia for the cockroach.
Yeah.
Because there is this learning that they are processing, because children see and children do. So please be very careful when kids start showing some. When the children start to experience some kind of fear, it's how the caretaker learns to regulate the fear wisely and appropriately, instead of making them even more feeling fearful toward the object or the situation.
Yeah.
All right, so last question, Liza. Can a person with phobia fully recover?
Sure, it can. Yes. Actually, is one of the psychological disorder that has most biggest possible reason to be healed. It is as long as the patient wants to keep on training themselves how to have different perspective, better view of the object or the situation. Actually, it is possible to be treated and healed.
All right, thank you, Liza, for your time. It's good to have you back again and explain to us all these.
Thank you.